Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, welcome to another review, and this is of the Nexus 9. Now, most people would think that the Nexus is going to be the creme de la creme of Android, and the Android guy will definitely fall in love with it and give it the best review of the year. However, the Nexus 9 is not that case. It is actually one of the biggest disappointments, and let's see what it has good and what it has bad. So first and foremost, the Nexus 9 really is quick. It does have stock Android on it, and everything just seems to move very quick when it comes to it, which is really nice. Everything is just fluid. When you open an app, it's just going to look very good, and it just moves very seamlessly. When it comes to the sound quality, it's okay. Namely because of the front speakers, it sounds better, although the sound itself is about average. When it comes to the physical, well, it's a Nexus, so it has this plain look that Nexus has had on the past, and it really gets fingerprints way too easily, more so than other Nexuses in the past. Speaking of which, I have one of the first ones that came out, so you can barely feel the buttons. You really can't actually. As you swipe them, you really can't feel one to stop if you're not looking. Now, supposedly this has been fixed on newer versions of the Nexus, but in terms of the one I have, I'm stuck with it. Now, overall, of course, you have a Nexus, so you should have access to almost every app on the market, right? It should be all of the 0.12, I believe, million now that is available for Android, but you're actually missing a big chunk of it when it comes to games. That's right, a lot of games actually crash on the Nexus, and this has become very annoying. Almost, I would say about half the games I tried when trying to do a gaming review actually crashed on me and they wouldn't go through. Now, I eventually did get some games that did play on it, but that was pretty annoying to the fact that I actually could not play all the games I wanted to. It was very annoying, and it's something that as a gamer with this kind of Tegra processor, you would expect to be able to have the best of the best games. Even though it can download Tegra Zone, all the games that are on there, such as Portal, to this processor, isn't going to be on there. So that's a bit of a letdown. Now, in terms of the processor and processing power, it really should have one of the best ones out there. You have a 2.5 dual-core 64-bit processor, but really no apps takes advantage of 64-bit. And although the screen resolution's good and the RAM is good, it just moves quickly when you need it, but does definitely overheat when you're playing more intensive games. And again, this is one of the downsides to Nexus. Now, when it comes to battery life, it's not the best out there in my experience. I just find myself draining quicker than I would expect it to, especially compared to older tablets like the Nexus 7 and Nexus 10, which had a pretty good battery life. This one, even on the latest version of Android, just definitely doesn't have the best battery life overall, and this is 5.0.1. So it is the latest version of Android on here. And again, very fast when it moves, but really the biggest issue that plagues this tablet is actually one thing specifically, and that is for the fact that it's a 4:3 ratio, which means when you play a movie on here, it just looks silly.
The Note 4? Yeah, did you note that it comes with an S Pen? Mine has one.
This is an issue that has only plagued iPads, and that's what the Nexus comes down to. The Nexus line is kind of trying to be like an iPad. It's a 4:3 ratio tablet, which as a Nexus by default that shouldn't be true, because all of Android is 16:9. Tablets and phones aren't going to suddenly switch to 4:3 because even Apple's leaving 4:3 themselves. 16:9 is going to be the way that all screens are. It's the way our TVs are, it's the way our laptops are, it's the way that our phones are, and it's the way that all tablets really are, with the exception of the iPad. And the Nexus 9 just seems to give off more of a, well, we can kind of make an iPad too, so buy us instead of the iPad. Instead of being what Android is, and that's better than the iPad. It really just misses a lot. And this is where I just wish some things would change with stock Android. I still don't like the fact that I can't use two apps at the same time. And the biggest thing that's plaguing the Nexus by far is the fact that you can't close down all the apps. It really is annoying that you have to close down one by one by one by one. You should really be able to just close them all down at once. It would be so much of an easier task, and that's inexcusable for the latest version of Android. I love the fact that I can quickly toggle things like flashlight and cast. I love a lot of things about this tablet, but overall, it was one of the biggest disappointments for me just because I did have high expectations comparing to last year's Nexus 7. The Nexus 7 before that was amazing, and the Nexus 10 before that was good too. Overall, with this tablet, you're getting subpar quality at honestly too high of a price. For $399, you can get a better Samsung tablet. You can get a much better NVIDIA tablet with double the storage, as well as having LTE. That pretty much gives you the same experience since it has Android 5.0 already. And really, if you're looking for a stock Android experience, the number one tablet I would recommend for you is the NVIDIA Shield tablet. It comes at the same price point of $399, but it offers you a better processor that's more compatible with more things, as well as better sound quality from the speaker, pretty much the same kind of battery life, and overall just a much better experience for your money. With the Nexus 9, it had too many shortcomings in the screen quality, in the hardware from the buttons, and just missing some things when it comes to Android that I wish stock Android would adapt to. Overall, if you want a stock Android experience, you should go with the NVIDIA Shield tablet. And if you're looking for other tablets around the same kind of style, you're better off going with the Samsung Tab S 8.4 or even the Sony Xperia Compact. Hope you liked this review, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the comment section. Do you guys really like the Nexus? Were you looking forward to it? Is it the tablet you're still going to get? Please let me know why, and let me know if you are going to get it. Thank you for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.